Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video I am here to give you my thoughts on Luton losing 1-0 at home against Norwich. It's now 3 league defeats in a row. If you look at our last 15 league games, we are in the bottom 3. That is not opinion, that is fact. Literally look at the last 15 league games, we are definitely in the bottom 3. Away from home, we are performing extremely bad. Our next league game is away from home. Are we going to make it 10 games in a row which we just unable to get anything from? And then now our home form is starting to show a sign that we're not as great as everyone thinks we are. And to be fair, the last couple of home games we've just managed to get the result. The performances haven't quite been there, but we've managed to get the result. Today I thought the performance was there to get something. Maybe not 100% the win, but certainly not to lose the game of football. But right now, it doesn't matter what type of performances we're putting in. We need to just be grinding out results. We're at the second half of the season. It's now results business. And unfortunately, Edwards is not getting the results. We're not going to make the change, especially in the January transfer window, in replacing him as our manager. It would actually be perfect time to do it, because after the league game against QPR, we go a long period of time without playing another league game. Yes, we have Nottingham Forest in the cup. Let's be honest, with the way they're performing in the Premier League, we ain't getting anything from that game. That game could easily be a 5-0 thrashing, especially with the way we're playing. But it's the perfect time in this little period to make a change, but I don't see us doing it. I see Edwards continuing to be our manager until the end of the month. But ultimately, if we keep losing in a row, these next run of games, then the board have to say something. And I feel like fans have made a lot of their concerns, I guess, heard towards the end of the game, because people actually stayed behind to boo. The Norwich fans are singing "You're getting sacked in the morning." Other teams are looking at Luton going, how are they still keeping patient with Edwards being the manager? We are not the only ones seeing this. Of course, there are going to be some people out there thinking, look, a change won't solve anything. It might not solve anything, but I feel like now we've got to give it a go. We need to try something different. We don't have the money to sack him. That's a load of nonsense. We do have the money to sack him. We're just choosing not to. So I don't like that narrative. But ultimately today, again, I feel like the defeat is down to him. Yeah, you can blame the players. And in the first half, I felt we were playing in one gear at times. There was a lack of movement. The pace of the game, it was slow at times. We didn't really get going. Chong, I would say, in the first half was our best player. He actually created a few opportunities. There was one moment where we had a counter-attack, believe it or not, from Norwich's corner, and Chong caused so many problems down that left-hand side. He played it into Elijah, who took so long to get a shot away. It was an easy save from the Norwich keeper. And then there was a second time where Chong put in a cross to Elijah, again, header towards goal, easy save for the keeper. And then again for Chong, literally all of our attacking display in the first half was from Chong. I think Nakamba put in a wonderful ball into the box, and I just don't think Chong was expecting it, and it literally just falls, hits him on the leg, and then yeah, that opportunity goes. But he didn't really have that attacking goal scoring mindset just to turn it in. That could have been a game changer there. But ultimately the first half didn't really show much. I didn't think Norwich were attacking us whatsoever. I thought they were very cautious compared to what they have been in home games. In fact, they are really different away from home. I can understand why their away form isn't as good as their home form, but yet they still managed to beat us. Before today, they were 8 away games winless, and yet they've come to our place and taken 3 points. So they've managed to change a really bad run of form, especially away from home. It's probably time we start doing it. And then the second half, I thought Zach Nelson was really good today. I have to admit, for a young lad, lots of pressure, starting. I thought his deliveries into the box were extremely good. It caused plenty of problems, but unfortunately, the half chances which we were getting from those set pieces, we were really unable to turn them into goal scoring moments. And then what else in the second half? I'm trying to think. Chong hit the crossbar again. Chong being one of the main focal points around our attacking display, hits the bar. But then once Norwich scored their goal, we talk about the goal actually. I mentioned in my match preview how Norwich, if the opportunity arises, they will have a shot from outside the box, and exactly what happened today. They had a shot from outside the box. We didn't close the player down, and it was a good finish. And yet again, I tell you guys how I feel like a team is going to score. It feels like the players just don't listen to that or don't do any research themselves, and find it a surprise when a team actually eventually does do what they are actually good at. But then from that point onwards, when Norwich scored the goal, you expect Edwards to make this, any substitutions. He didn't actually do that. He then makes 4 subs, but 10 minutes after Norwich scored. He does it to himself. You wonder why fans are booing after the game. Fans literally stayed behind to boo. I actually needed a toilet, so I didn't do anything. I just needed to go. But literally, fans are staying behind to boo. 4 subs took too long towards the end. They should have been brought on a lot sooner. I understand Edwards' point about how he didn't want to make subs, because for a large part of that second half, we were on top. The momentum was there. We were moving the ball quickly, but ultimately the chances which we were creating, there were just more half chances, and then a very good opportunity towards the last minute actually of the game. Woodrow fired a ball across. I feel like the keeper saved it. It hit the post. That could have gone in. But when the 4 subs came on, it just felt like it was just the last roll of the dice. Might as well just throw everyone on and just hope for the best. That's how it felt. It didn't feel like we did this for a tactical reason. I know we did change formation to also create an overload in attack, but ultimately we didn't create enough opportunities when those 4 subs came on. Subs need more than 5 minutes to get into a game. So they came on in the 84th. By the time 5 minutes is up, it's the 89th. That's not enough time. It really isn't. They needed to come on straight away after Norwich scored what ended up being the winning goal. It needed to be sooner. So he does it to himself, Rob Edwards. But like I say, look, I don't think we deserve to lose, but it's frustrating. It's 3 league defeats. There was elements in our play today that were still poor, especially attacking wise. We were predictable. Elijah Adebayo and Morris, yet again, it's not working. We're not playing to their strengths. We don't have the personnel to play to their strengths. And we're still committing in playing the same formation, the same system. And it's just getting tiring, because all I'm doing is repeating myself every single week, because I'm seeing it. Others around me are seeing it. You guys in the comments are seeing it. But yet the coaching staff and just not seeing it. And I would also probably say the board are not seeing it. It's really hard, because I do back the board. I do back the board to make the right decisions because of what they've done for the football club. But I feel like they're just undoing all their hard work which they've done over the years, especially with the lack of communication. And it's really sad to see, and I don't like seeing stuff like that. I don't like seeing or hearing that fans at the end of the game are voicing their concerns to them. I understand people are frustrated, but we don't ultimately want to see that. So it's just frustrating that the board are not being a little bit ruthless. We're staying too loyal, which has always been a weakness for us. We are too loyal to certain people, and we're paying the price for all this at the moment. Best decision now is to change manager. It might not work. I understand that, but you cannot say to me it might get better if this continues, because I've just said last 15 league games we're in the bottom 3. We're hoping for something to change. Every club around us, apart from Portsmouth, has changed their manager. And Portsmouth actually won 4-0 at home against Swansea today. And Cardiff also got a point. Stoke also got a point. So teams around us are getting points. Oxford won. They changed a manager. They actually sacked Des Buckingham, who was an Oxford fan, who won a promotion to the Championship after 25 years. They made a bold decision there, and at the moment, it's paying off. We now need to make a bold decision and make the right decision. Just make the right thing happen. But that's what I think. Tomorrow's video will be 5 things which we learned from this game against Norwich. Yeah, things need to get better. It's down to certain people above us to make those decisions. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video.